Alright, today I'm going to give a brief overview on how to use TimeGlider so that you can use it to create a timeline for school. You should have already created an account. If you're a student, you can create a free account to use TimeGlider. They have some limitations, but you can at least do your project for school and make it look good. For this class I teach, we're going to watch some videos on the history of radio, and as they go through, they're going to create a timeline for the history of media. Alright. So we'll go back to TimeGlider. We're already logged in, and you're going to watch your videos. So a couple things, just the environment. If you add pictures to your events, they'll go up top, and how much picture to show and how much event to show you can adjust by moving this line up and down. You can also, if you look at the years down here, you can zoom in and out on how much you want to show at one time. You can do years and decades and months and different things of that nature by sliding up and down here. Okay, and the same here. You can click on that to change where you want to look at. So we're going to create a new timeline. We're going to click right here, new timeline. And we're going to call it, media history, or whatever. And you can write a larger description here, and there's some other things you can do. But a couple things that you want to pay attention to. Focus date is not today. You want to go back in time at some point. Right now you're estimating, unless you know exactly. You've already done some research, but we'll go 1970. That's about, that's good. And then how much do you want to show? Do you want to show very zoomed in a couple of months? Do you want to go over 10,000 years? You can kind of set that up. We'll do 100 years, but that tells you how much to show. And do I want to make more important events bigger, or are they all the same? That's something you can decide here. When you add an event, you can change its importance and make it bigger on the timeline, which is pretty cool. And if you're going to send a link to, like, your teacher, you want to click here so it creates that link, and you can copy and paste it and send it to your teacher for them to look at. And that that'd be the same here. You can once you create it, you can publish it. So we'll hit save, and this is just a beginning to get us started. But now we have our media history timeline right here, and you can click on that and actually new event, view list, and different things of that nature. But another way you can do it is you can just come out here in this area right here, and you can just double click. And this is pretty cool. This is where you set up your event, and I went ahead a little bit. Instead of the beginning, I went ahead and we'll do June 1st, 1980 for CNN's first broadcast. You can type or use the plus minus. And if you want to add more description to that, depending on how much detail, how big a project this is, you want it down to the hour or just years, that kind of thing. And again, if you want to use that, make it bigger if it's more important kind of thing, you can put that right here. Okay. Another thing that's really cool is if you want to download pictures and add pictures that go along with the parts of your timeline, you can do that from this area. That's a little beyond what we're doing right now. But you can also add HTML links and audio and video the same way, which is pretty cool. We're going to do a real basic one today. So we're going to save that event, and you'll see it pop up right there. And so we'll create another event by double clicking out here, and our next event will be that's me trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. ESPN. Oopsie. And that happened September 7th, 1979. Not as important as CNN. Oh, it might be, I don't know. We'll just give you a look at that. And then finally, we'll use it. We'll go this way and do it. That happened August 1st, 1981. Again, you could add a picture of like the MTV logo if you wanted to make it a little fancier. And I will say that you got to use Internet Explorer for TimeGlider to work. I tried to use Firefox and whatnot, and it just didn't work as well as it did with Internet Explorer, which is very unfortunate. Let's see if this works or not. See if that worked. Yeah, look at that. So you can copy pictures right from the internet. So that's pretty cool. Anyhow, we'll zoom in here a little bit. If you had a broader deal, you can now see that ESPN was made smaller here. If you want to go back and make that bigger or make everything the same, you can certainly do that. Now look at that. ESPN's a big deal now. Good for you guys. And so you add all your events, and then when you're ready to share it, again, you can go here, you hit publish share, and you just take this link right here and highlight that, and you can email it or whatever. So you copy that, and you can do whatever you want to get it to whoever you want to share it with, and it'll show up for them, and it'll look like that right there. And that is a very brief introduction to using TimeGlider to create a timeline.